Hello and welcome to my channel, The Healing Butterfly. I am your intuitive reader, Lady Day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for sharing your energy, your time, your patience, your insight, your intuition. It all helps collectively to the overall spiritual world. So we appreciate you from the high to the low, okay? This particular reading is the Am I an A-hole reading. I am an overall intuitive reader as well as a medium. Please take what resonates from this reading. If it doesn't align with your life, don't try to apply the information. You may make some real serious life decisions based on information and or messages that were not being given directly to you, okay? This is the Divine Feminine's Am I an Asshole reading. And I just have to be honest, as I was meditating to get into your energy, I like had to almost give myself like a Reiki healing because there's like this, all I saw was a woman coming into a courtroom, straightening her business coat and sitting behind the witness at the witness stand, like when they're getting ready to interrogate the person or whatever they call it, question the person. And the light turning on, and it's like, no, if you want to get me right, you know what I mean? Let's be open and honest. So I have a feeling this is going to be probably a little raw, could be a little triggering, just a heads up. But the Divine Feminines they're ready to talk. I'm here, and I was always ready to talk, but if you're going to put me on the stand, let's do this. So hey sis, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I feel like Divine Feminine is like, I don't want to fight either, but I'm gonna get that shit right. We gonna be open and honest and truthful about what is and what isn't. So let's start with the Work Your Light, just to get an overall energy check for what this reading is going to be about. I'm using the Work Your Light because there's something about, Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines needing to come from a higher space, to come to connect with their higher self, so that you know that you're getting more of a spiritual wisdom. You're getting the spiritual wisdom you need to make the next steps for your life, okay? One card overall, the Am I an A-hole reading for the Divine Feminine Spirit. What is the overall energy that you want to give them in regards to this reading? Thank you. Yep. If you wonder why you're Divine Feminine or Divine Feminine, you wonder why you can't feel like it's not time just yet, there's something that the Spirit is waiting. It says no, postpone, wait, pause, say no. You already can see that something is going to be of destructive nature, or you knew something would be, or that someone was in a destructive nature and you walked away from that situation, or you didn't walk towards it. Thank you, Spirit. Most of you, I'm hearing 75%, I've never gotten percents, 75% of you to seen that if you would have kept going, kept trying, kept going, it's like something like, if I would have just kept, listen to me, talk to me, what's going on, it would have ended up, and you see this down here, this storm of brewing, you knew if you would have took that path, that storm was going to come for your ass. And or you already know if you take some more steps towards whatever this is, this going to be a storm of brewing. So you decided to move back. Yep. Why? Because the age of life. You've been training for this for lifetimes. And when you see the card that came out for you, you'll understand. You've been training for this for lifetimes. That's why you feel like nobody, nowhere. I'm not going to allow it. Thank you, Spirit. I'm getting ready to get real animated. I'm not allowing anyone to take me off my path. I'm tired as shit for the things that I've had to learn and go through. It's been a lot on my back about this situation. So no, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm birthing a new age. Do you see this woman standing with all these pillars? It's almost like she can feel her ancestors around her. Okay, let's just go. She can feel, let's say, her higher self. Okay, she can feel the divine. You get what I'm saying? Her higher self, her guardian angel, the archangels, ascended masters, ancestors. She feels them all around her, giving her new insight and clarity. I'm also hearing your periods may have been different. They may have been I don't want to go into all the details. There may be men watching. So just that they're different. You know that there's something coming out of you and being released out of you because you're getting ready to either be a mother, or there's new energy in you to birth a new person in you, okay? What it says is birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. You're here to raise the vibration of the world. You're here to lead this spiritual journey. You're here to be the mystic. You're here to be the Hierophant. You're here to be the high priestess. You're here to give people wisdom and insight. You're here to be that strange one that talks about crystals and this, that, and the third. You are that person, Divine Feminines. And so 4, 5, 6, when I said that, forward movement. So no, I'm not going to allow someone to take me off my path. And if I feel like if I can feel that storm of brewing, I damn sure ain't about to take that path. What's under this? Thank you, Spirit. Yep. Under the age of life is leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And you had no problem damn leaping. I'm also feeling like you may have left someone or something in the past. Do you see how there's still a shell of a person here? You left that. That's no longer who you resonate with anymore. Okay? Somebody need to know that. You're looking back trying to figure out why you don't enjoy. I'm hearing I don't enjoy certain things like I used to. I don't get turned like I used to. So maybe you've been drinking, you don't get drunk. You've been smoking, you don't get high. You've been trying to have sex with people, you don't get turned on. That's because you're someone new. The higher vibration in yourself does not resonate with some of those low vibrational things. Not saying that you may not get a buzz. Not saying that it's wrong to smoke or drink. You do what you want, baby. I'm not here to judge nobody. Everybody has a vice. You get what I'm saying? I'm hearing somebody is either addicted or likes to play with the bubble wrap, the pop, 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 pop. Something about that maybe gives you what is it called? Relief, stress relief, or you just like that sound. So maybe that's another thing when you're feeling like you want to go back to old things. Maybe go towards something new. Like if you do like popping them little, what is it? The pack, not pack. Those are packing phones. I'm not talking about those. But you know what I'm talking about. When they're packing your boxes and they give you those little things that you can pop. Yeah. Moving on. Let's get into the questions. Because I could sit here and read that energy for a while. Like I said, somebody is on the witness stand. They're here to give you all the truth that you need. But we're not here for an hour video. Okay? So let's get into asking the questions regarding the a-hole reading. So what kind of a-hole are my divine feminines, Spirit? What kind of a-hole are the divine feminines? What kind of a-hole are they? For the collective divine feminines, what kind of a-hole are they? Wow. Higher power. Bottom of the deck is no place like home. So you're someone who, I think sometimes you either use scripture, you use divine information. You're one that when someone is going back and forth with you, you're like, energetically, what's really going on? Or in Psalms, da-da-da-da-da. Or, well, Spirit said, you're one of those type of a-holes. Sometimes people probably get a little tired of you bringing in that. Okay, thank you, Spirit. The reason why people find you to be an a-hole with this, because it's like, why would you call somebody an asshole when they're just trying to give you, God's message? It's because sometimes people aren't in the mood for that. And or, because what I'm getting stronger than that is the fact that people start condemning themselves. Because, and there's no place like home. It's like because they're not being true to themselves. They're not being true to their morals and values that they were brought up with. And it's like you're someone who triggers that. Yeah, a leg up. You're someone who triggers that for them to, you need to step up. Step up and I'm here, and oh gosh, you divine feminines are on fire. Step up into the wisdom that you have. Stop being a child, is what I'm hearing. Put your maturity where your mouth is. There's something about that. I'm trying to give you a leg up so that you can get peace and co-create the life that you want, masculine. Ooh, child, y'all on fire. Because you know deeply that this is a treasure island. This is the treasure that we should be having in the here and now. What's behind that? I just gotta know. But you between worlds. Round and round in your circles. When you know that this is a fated event. You've been getting messages about this tower coming through that you need to be to the sea. So if you haven't watched the Divine Masculines, make sure you watch it because this was one of their cards. Let's get into it. I like this little reading here. I might have to do this one more often. Maybe from different perspectives. Maybe I'll have to do by... Y'all let me know. You want it to go by elements? I'm trying my best to open up my schedule so that I can do, individual signs. But at this time, I'm still, on the elements. Earth, air, fire, and water. So if you like it by elements or if you like the divine feminine, divine masculine, give me some feedback. All right. Why are you such an a-hole, divine feminines? Why are you such an a-hole? We got chaos and conflict. And we got a leg up at the bottom of the deck. So again, I do feel like the asshole that you are from the higher powers because you're supposed to be elevating people. But I do think there's a part of you that, because now I feel like they're kind of shunning their face a little bit, the divine feminine energy. It's like you like to uproot things for some reason. And maybe because you like for people to get on fire for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, you like, it's almost like you kind of, thank you. You mirror that from the divine masculines. It's like, once I know that you're emotionally tied to me, you get upset. And I don't even feel like it's an upset. It's like they just like to know that, how can I say it? You're either, they like to see jealousy sometimes. They like for you to get ruffle your feathers. They want to see emotion out of you. So maybe this is the thing, that it gets to a chaos and okay, thank you, Spirit. It gets to a chaos and conflict level because they're not seeing the emotion that they want from you, divine masculines, and or just in general. They don't. Yeah. I feel like there's, because it's almost like a leg up, message in the bottle. Loyal heart, new life. It's almost as if, like, if they're giving that leg up, they're giving that intuition, that information, they're expecting to get communication back, they're expecting to get that love back, they're expecting to break through a barrier with you, whoever you are. You could be a lover, you could be a friend, you could be a cousin, you could be whatever. But the divine feminines right now, why they're such an a-hole is because they know that there's either been chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict is happening because the situation is still going on. As much as I keep giving, you still want to keep causing this BS type of thing. There's also a level of some of them wanting to know that you're emotionally invested in them. And sometimes that doesn't come across until there is chaos and conflict, until I do show my ass, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so it's a way that why are they such an a-hole? Because sometimes they feel like they're not getting through to people. As much as they give people a leg up, as much as they love on people, it's like you still want to keep taking my kindness for weakness. So now I'm going to show you that other side. I'm going to show you my ass. I'm going to give you my ass to kiss. Also, if you cause chaos and conflict in their life, they will turn that shit up, is what I hear. You bring it to my front door, and I'm going to accept that delivery all day. Okay? And I'm hearing I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. It's the truth. It is what it is. It's the truth. It's what I just heard. Okay. How does this impact others? How does the divine feminine's assholeness? Wow. Yeah. Orphaned. I'm hearing, I also just heard ostracized. At the bottom of the deck is by the book. Yeah, I gotta be honest, divine feminine, because again, this is no fluff. This is not Willy Wonka's factory. We're gonna get right to the root of the situation. You make people feel disconnected. You make people feel orphaned in the sense of, like, when you feel like you're kind of like, and if you were in your higher energy, yada 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 yada, it's like then you make them feel like they're not just disconnected from you and your heart and your love, divine feminines. You make them feel like they're disconnected from God. Because you are such a spiritual person. You get what I'm saying? For those who are extremely spiritual, you sometimes can make someone feel ostracized, not just from you, not just from people, not just from the community. The community was here as well. Not just from their home life, not just from the journey that they know that they have to fulfill, but from God. Okay, and that's very serious. Like, that's something that you need to look into, divine feminines. It's even something that I'm internalizing right now. Like, I never would want someone to feel ostracized from God. I would never want someone to think that I'm judge and jury, ever. Okay, Spirit is also saying that to you, divine feminines. You should never make someone feel like you are judge and jury, that you have a hell to put them in or a heaven to keep them out of. Okay. Okay. And how can they stop being an a-hole, Spirit? How can they stop being an a-hole? I want to see what that was. Soulmates. I do think that obviously connecting with your divine partner would bring in love and light and all of those things. Obviously. Yeah, let's get into it. Because I think I might have ruffled a few divine feminine's feathers. Yeah, no, I'm feminine. Yes, I am a divine feminine. I am a goddess. Yes, I am an empress. This is true. But I'm here to pull that cat back because I'm not perfect and neither are y'all. All right? We don't do that. Not here. Not I, said the cat. So somebody's asking me to cut the deck to cut that energy out. So let's get back to it. How can they stop being an a-hole, Spirit? How can they stop being an a-hole? Stop going through your own karmic cycles. Stop applying your karmic cycles to other people. I just seen 4, 5, 6. Move forward. When you've learned the lesson, you apply it just as well as the divine masculine. The fates at the bottom of the deck. And there goes that soulmate again. I want to say what I felt earlier is that, you know, you and your person coming into union will also cut a lot of this negativity, narcissism, ass, you know, back and forth. You're fated to be with someone. And that's, like I said before, it was between worlds. If I didn't say it here, I said it on Divine Masculines, because they need to work a little harder. Yeah, work a little harder at leaving something that they need to be, because there's a change in the wind. They need to imagine themselves coming back into union and following their divine path as well. What's under imagine is the thinker. The thinker is doing what? Trying to mend themselves from the community that have them in a never-ending story as well. I've seen that. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get some tarot out to further clarify. I just seen 1551. Yeah. Love begins if someone cuts the waiting game out. All right, let's get into this. Let's get some tarot on the board. Clarify this a little further. A little further. All right. All right, Spirit. One more, and then we'll get some clarity. Thank you all again. I am just so excited for what God is doing through me with these this amazing, amazing ability, blessing and talented. I'm in awe of God right now. So let's get into higher power and get some clarifiers on here. So what kind of a-hole are you? Higher power. One card for higher power, please, Spirit. Clarify this further for us for the divine feminines. What kind of a-hole are they? Thank you. Yeah. Disruption, which is the Tower card. And then the sacral chakra, which is the feminine energy. So just as I was stating before, what kind of a-hole? Yeah, and then under that is partnerships and alliances, material and spiritual prosperity, and awareness with spiritual strength. So it's like you are an a-hole who brings tower moments. You may also, thank you, you may also be Libra, the justice. You may be karma. You may have Libra in your chart somewhere, even if it's not your rising sign. You may have Libra in your chart somewhere. You're someone who brings tower moments to people. Staying true to who you are and who God has called you to be. But sometimes, obviously, you know, you are a human, so we are not perfect, and there are errors that are made. Sometimes you may turn up the fire too much. Sometimes you may berate people in a spiritual way. And in that, you kind of bring truth and clarity to people, which then bring a tower moment to their false beliefs, the false foundations that they were on, believing that what they heard or what they know to be true in spirit, be true in God. Sometimes you bring clarity to that. That's a good thing, but you also need to be able to know when spirit has asked you to back off. Okay? Know when you need to stop drilling the lesson. Even sometimes when you're talking to some people, because I'm hearing like friends feel like, oh, I wish she just would have stopped 5 minutes ago. I understood, like I say, it's a 20-minute conversation. I'm good on the first 15. That last 5, I need a break from her or him. I'm going to say her because it's divine feminine energy. Understood? Energy. Divine masculines could be in their divine feminine energy. This story could feel like this is more me than it is. All right, let's get into it. Why are you such an a-hole, divine feminines? Why are you such an a-hole? Chaos and conflict. One card, Spirit. Chaos and conflict. Clarify that further for us. What is chaos and conflict? Heartache and loss. So damn, and I think I said this already because I'm feeling it again. Sometimes you're pushed to your limit. Sometimes someone keeps taking your kindness for weakness, keeps trying to play you, keeps bringing their this is the devil card, bringing their devilish patience, movement choices inside. Yeah, okay. Because someone keeps bringing these devilish type narcissism or just bad habits, treating you badly, not giving you what you give them. And even though you give them all the patience and world and the time to make the right movement choices and decisions, and eventually you have to what? You got to go into hermit mode, go into solitude, because you be damned if you not get your recognition and reward. You be damned if you keep going through obstacles and challenges. You be damned if this person can't speak up, this divine masculine who needs to choose wisely. That's the Emperor card. You be damned if this person is going to be able to talk to you crazy and or not say what they need to say to get online with you. So again, I do feel like it's a divine feminine, divine masculine conversation, but please apply it to all relationships. There's times when people bring chaos and conflict into your life and that hurts your heart, so you turn up that assholeness. You ain't know how I'm here and I ain't got no problem being real transparent on these hoes. You gonna hurt my heart? All right, I'm gonna give you some real you're using some other words, but I'm gonna just use gat game. I'm gonna give you some real goddamn truth. You want chaos and conflict after you hurt I'm hearing you hurt my heart, then you want to give me chaos and conflict. All right, we gonna see who the asshole is around here. I just heard a gun cock back. So, and someone just said assault off if I need to. But, they have no problem clapping back. And that's something that you got to get a hold of, divine feminines. It's not tit for tat. It's not tit for tat. And even if it's just energetically when you're by yourself, I'm here. Because some of you may not actually verbally do this anymore. You may not act out verbally, physically. It's like more of an energy thing. It's even in the energy field. It's like, no, you got to cut that out, okay? How does this impact others? Orphaned, making them feel disconnected from spirit or from family. And that's the truth. Spirit said there's no other card for that. You read the bottom, but there's no... Yeah, there it is. Emotional loss. Like I said, Spirit said there's no other card. Just read the bottom of the deck. You make people feel orphaned, disconnected. The third eye chakra, balance. Yeah, you make them feel... There was a 5 of Pentacles. You make them feel like their foundations and achievements, that the spiritual strength that they had might have not been enough. You make them feel like they lost emotionally with you, lost the connection with you, and lost possibly a connection with God. Okay? That's how you're impacting others. You make them, and it could be because you're such a spiritual person, and when you get so upset and you feel so hurt, it's like, oh gosh, is God against me too? I know he protecting her. I know he keeping her. I know she got goonies up there. Angel goonies. All right, and then how can you stop being an a-hole? You got to get out of that cycle of some of those things that you've already grown above and beyond. Round and round. What's round and round? Spirit, one card. Thank you. Yep. Step into your power. I'm also hearing like you see this man is probably, he's stoic, but he seems very calm. Know when to turn on the lioness and when to turn it off. How to just be that old wise soul versus that roaring, I don't know, I'm just getting like this, claws is out, okay? But instead of being that roaring lioness and showing your power, sometimes showing your power just by giving wisdom and staying peaceful and quiet. There's material harvest in all of this. You're planting new seeds, you're growing new lessons, you're growing new patience. I'm hearing patience is growing. Wow, yeah. Foundations and achievements, suffering and silence, light, solar plexus. Yeah, oh shit, that was 111. The material harvest that you have, the foundations and achievements that maybe have not come in just yet, have you kind of suffering in silence. You saw the light, or you want to see the light of where this masculine is going to be coming from, even if it's not the person that you just disconnected from. You're 111. You want love to begin. You want to have balance. You want the recognition and reward from who? Your divine, the divine feminine. Divine feminine might be in their fulfillment and wish. Yeah, and there goes the heart. As you continue to grow in your energy, your divine masculine is going to become more online. Their heart will open. They may also, fulfillment of wishes, spirit is like giving me, like, they're going to either see you online, out and about, something to that nature, and it's going to trigger their heart, because they're going to see you in this type of energy, glowing, I'm also glowing, abundance, manifesting life, co-creating life. They're going to see that, like, all that you said that you were going to do, that you're doing as well. But let's get back to the truth in the matter of this reading is, how can you stop being an a-hole? Stop always jumping into your power. Stop always feeling like you need to use your, the that shape-shifting energy. Stop always being a lioness. Sometimes it's just about being that nice, humble, wise spirit. That's it. You're taking yourself through some cycles as well with not cutting out some of this. When you get to this energy, when someone hurts your heart and then you're ready to turn it up, you got to kind of come out of that as well. Okay. So let's get into it. One for each lane. This is the Divine Abundance Affirmations. Okay. So for the first lane, Higher Power Spirit, one card for the Divine Feminines, or two, you know, whatever you're going to give us. Right, awakening. Awakening. Oh, my Lord, wake me from the life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts in common life. And then intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. So again, I do believe you have an awakening. You have a connection to spirit. You know that your intuition is online. You know that what you're feeling is calling you. But it doesn't mean that you, because you're such an enlightened and awakened person, that everyone's going to be that. So don't always cause tower moments in someone else's spiritual journey, okay? Chaos and conflicts. Please, Spirit, one card. Chaos and conflict. You let me know when you're ready, Spirit. I ain't rushing you. Chaos and conflict. Thank you. Two cards again. Okay. Change, right? Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. And then reframe. This is happening for me. This is not happening to me. Okay? So you're the reason why you're seeing some of your own trigger points is because it's time for you to change those things. You need to reframe those things because you already know who you are. Yeah, loss, heartache and loss, right? Loss at the bottom of the deck. And then what's in this lane also is the heartache and loss card. Thank you for confirming and giving us clarity, Spirit. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego. So you may have had a plan that you had with certain people, or you have a certain way that you like to be with certain people. But there's something about reframing that because everyone's not the same and you are someone new. You're more sensitive to certain things as well because you are connected to the divine. So your heart, when it really is all the way into something, it can be very hurtful to lose someone. And then, yeah, you're ready to turn it up. So it's like, okay, now that I know that my love is so pure, it's getting more pure for myself and for others. Sorry, I got my hands over the cards. For myself and for others, it's like you now need to reframe and change who you are and how you look at things and whether or not you really should be investing. They're coming back to the intuition for me. You know how deep to get with people because you know whether or not they're on that path with you, okay? So stop setting yourself up for the heartache and loss and then turning into the chaos and conflict, okay? Orphan Spirit, how does it impact others? Thank you. Divine Source. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Definitely something about handing this over to Spirit for you, And I don't think it's like me. I don't want to make it seem like I'm berating you, like you making people feel orphan. Like that's not what I mean or how I'm meaning to give it. I just have to give it the way with no sugarcoating. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. So I'm hearing this both ways. Anyone who has been impacted by this divine feminine, they are asking for your forgiveness. They are praying and asking God for forgiveness as well. That their deepest needs are met. So if you have some childhood woundings and things like that have just triggered you to becoming maybe this last situation that you were just in has also triggered you to kind of also jumping so deeply into your spiritual life that you're a little rough around the edges. You know what I mean? You're a little difficult to approach. So right now, but I think the divine feminines know that. Like I'm hearing, I know that. I'm not fully, back to my marshmallow fluff self, and that's okay. But they're praying. They're praying to the divine source so that they are connected and they can remove this lingering, whatever, this gnawing or I'm hearing like a growl or a gnarl going on. But also those who have been impacted, they're asking you for forgiveness. So hopefully, in a prayerfully, you can forgive them and release any negativity, or resentment and vice versa. They're looking To be forgiven and to give forgiveness. Thank you, Spirit. At the bottom of the deck is exactly energetic clearing. You gotta, it's something about you releasing, that negativity. During crises, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. So keep praying. Yeah, see, like I said, those inner child woundings on both sides were being triggered. And that could have been from a love, that could have been from a friend, that could have been from a co-worker. I don't know. It could be a number of things. I am feeling divine feminine, divine masculine as the primary connection, though. All right. And then round and round, Spirit. May we have, we've been getting 2 cards this whole time, so I guess 2 cards for round and round, Spirit. Or 3, do what you want. Bottom of the deck is surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. So you also don't have a control over people and the way that they decide to do their healing in the time frame. So even though you're online and you were ready for this situation, everyone may not be. So the first one out here is clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. To start to trust more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. So you are clearing out this round and round cycle and mental manipulation game that I don't know if someone does it to you and then you turn into an asshole, or you do it, or you allow it to be done to yourself, or you do it to yourself. Okay, your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. So I don't know what these fears or these illusions are that you're telling yourself, but I do feel like you're disconnecting from a lot of those, and it may be from those childhood wounds. Last card out is courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. So you're courageously going on your path and clearing out these round and round forever cycles. So beautiful, so wonderful, birthing a new age, because you are fated to be who you are. You are fated to go to the places that you're supposed to be in life. So I hope that this gave you some insight, some inspiration, and some clarity for not just the divine mask, the feminines, thank you, but the divine masculines as well, because I hear a lot of you may have, energetically, I'm hearing that you wanted to get some insight on what's going on, and for them to point the gun at themselves, or to point at themselves and be honest with the things that they also did that may have caused a disruption in your connection. So I hope that this helped you all. Peace, prosperity, protection, and paradise to you and your loved ones. Thank you again for tuning in. Like the videos, share the videos, subscribe to the channel, give me some feedback. It all truly is appreciated on my end. From Lady Day's heart to yours, okay? Take care.